Sorry about the spotty posting recently, I was enjoying my summer and my holiday. But I'm back now and ready for season 10. Permanently Moved will be celebrating its 250th episode during this next run of 10 episodes. I'm looking forward to achieving that, a milestone worth celebrating. In aggregate, it feels like a Herculean blur of effort. Speaking of effort, making 40 episodes a year instead of 50 is great. Hands down the best decision I made back in January for this year. There's absolutely no point in killing yourself doing something that you enjoy. I honestly don't know how YouTubers who make work for the algorithm and not the audience do it. Week after week, year after year. But they don't, do they? They either eventually burn out or have public breakdowns. Anyways, reviewing the episodes I've put out this year, I'm pretty pleased with them. However, I've noticed that with 10 episodes less a year to work with, I've made less shows that aren't essays. Not that I've ever thought of shows where I speak about my life and what I'm up to as filler episodes, far from it. But since this is, after all, a personal podcast, I'll begin season 10 by speaking personally. First of all, my slow sad country band, Forest Bed, put out our first EP last month. Your keyword search is Forest Bed Placeholders EP, or you can find us on Instagram and Bandcamp. Links in the show notes. It's had some good reviews. Americana UK described the EP's opening track, Footsteps, as having the earthy feel of a long-last Fairport Convention recording, and another as having echoes of Lindisfarne, which isn't bad at all coming from such an august publication. Plastic Mag reviewed us and said it captured a sonic landscape that feels at once timeless and contemporary. And Mesmerised wrote that our EP is kaleidoscopic and liked our slow-paced shoegazy formula, which is a lot of references for an EP that's only 4 tracks. So I think we're doing something right. If genres like Americana or Cosmic Country float your boat, then please do check us out and buy a tote or something on Bandcamp. Secondly, back in July, I was encouraged to buy freedom.to, an app that describes itself as the world's best app and website blocker. Having used a few different ones over the years, I can confirm that the marketing isn't a lie. It's completely changed my life. Between the hours of 8 AM and 6:30 PM across all my devices, both laptops and my phone, I have news, social media, and YouTube completely blocked. I spent the whole summer saying to people who send me links, especially tweets, I can't see this until after 6:30, and 99% of the time they'll reply, it doesn't matter anyway, it wasn't important. A few times recently, I've gone days without even looking at the news or a front page headline at all. News still reaches me, of course, either via Discord, Slack, or DM, and I figure if someone is going to go out of their way to tell me something, especially in person, then it's probably actually news, you know? The first few weeks of using Freedom, though, I felt like an addict with the shakes, bereft of distraction as everything and everywhere that I wasted time on was blocked. Eventually, I had to face the fact that there was only work to be done. After about a month, I noticed that my reflexive and repetitive behavioural loop of checking my phone every 5 minutes was broken. I wasn't picking it up and waking the screen, or immediately pulling it out of my pocket when standing in line at the supermarket. And a good tip is that if you're an Android user, set up focus mode for the same duration as the Freedom block period. This will grey out all the apps in the app drawer and mute notifications from them. It's somewhat galling to admit, though, that in order to get the most out of the powerful and futuristic computing machines that I own, I have to remove functionality from them. But then again, Freedom is now doing what my willpower alone couldn't, so I'm all for it. If you're tired of internet bullshit, give it a go. Buying this software has been worth every penny. Speaking of which, if you're tired of Adobe's rent-seeking and chafe at paying for Creative Cloud, then it's worth giving Affinity Suite a look. I recently bought Affinity Photo, Designer, and Publisher in a sale, and they are very capable bits of software. I helped design an artifact with Rafa the Builder for the Summer of Protocols, and I've been using it to design my zine. Which brings me nicely to the last thing that I wanted to mention. Issue 7 of Start Select Reset will be going out to my mailing list subscribers next week. It's all ready to go. I'm just waiting for the local copy shop to get their printer mended. This issue is called Quiet Quests and features a small light LARP or solo RPG that you can play at work. It uses the last digits of the hour as a random encounter, which you can check against a table of 60 small acts of kindness to perform in an office environment. If you want a copy and enjoy the show and would like to help me reach 250 episodes, please subscribe and support the show at thejmoan.net/support.